Hello my dear students, as we are studying the first module of the fluid mechanics, in that already we have studied the properties of the fluid. In continuation of that first module, also we have studied the pressure, and in that we have studied what we mean by the pressure, that one we have studied, and also we have proved that intensity of pressure in a static fluid, it is same in all the direction. That is Pascal law, that one we have proved. Then also under one very important derivation we have derived, that is also a law. That law is called as the hydrostatic law. What is that hydrostatic law? When the static fluid is there, then if we want to find the change of pressure, means pressure variation, when we are moving towards the downward side, how it is varying, and it depends on what parameter, that one we have derived. In that law we have proved that the change of pressure, that is dou P divided by dou Z, here dou P divided by dou Z is equal to rho into G, means it is the weight density or a specific weight of that liquid. Means if we are moving downward from this surface here, if we are moving downward in the Z direction, positive Z direction, the change of pressure with respect to the Z direction here, that is always it is equal to the specific weight or a weight density of the fluid at that point. That one we have proved in the hydrostatic law. In that hydrostatic law also we have integrated that hydrostatic law, and we got that now P is equal to the integration of dou P is P, and integration of dou Z is in this side, it is Z here now, so therefore it will becomes rho G Z here now, rho G Z. So Z is what? Z is nothing but it is the distance from the free surface to the point where we want to calculate the pressure here now. So Z, sometimes Z will be mentioned as a height or a point or a distance from the reference point to where it is available. That is there. So Z we can mention in terms of H also here. So therefore P is equal to rho G into H here. So this is the equation, a very important relation we have derived in the previous some video lectures here now. So what is this relation? The intensity of static pressure is equal to rho G. Rho is what? Rho is the density of that fluid here, and G is constant, acceleration constant here now, gravity constant, and H is the distance or height, how much it is there, that is what. So this is the way of that mentioning the pressure at a point, static pressure here. And also pressure we can mention in the form of column also. How this one? I will take H is equal to, so P rho G, I will take this side here now, P divided by rho into G here now. So then we cannot call here now we cannot call this one is H is a height here now. H is not height here. This is called as the pressure head here. It is called as the pressure head. So it will comes what here now? It will comes in meter of that liquid here. For what liquid it is there, like water it is there, meter of liquid. The meter of liquid means it is not a distance, it is the pressure head, but it is mentioned in terms of that liquid here now. This is the pressure head here now. This is important relation we have derived, that is a hydrostatic law, in the previous video lecture here now. So next the question will comes here. So how to measure the pressure? That is very, very important thing. So any analysis, any design of the equipments, we need to know how much that pressure is there at a particular point when the fluid is flowing. So then how to measure it here now? So there are two ways are there usually. So there are two ways are there. One is that is a mechanical measurements. There are some mechanical measurements are there, and another one is the manometric here. Another one is that is a manometric measurements here. In the mechanical measurements, we are using some mechanical gauges we are using. So that mechanical gauges we are using here now, and also some strain gauges also we are using here now. Strain gauges we are using, and also some piezoelectric effect here. So when we are putting some force on some certain area, so definitely that the charges will be that move, or the charges will be discharging charges will be varied, or else that voltage will be varied. That will be the variation of the charges or variation of the voltage that is calibrated to the pressure here now. That is a piezoelectric that effect here now. Some strain gauges are there, some electronic devices are there, mechanical gauges are there. Like mechanical gauges are burden tube here. That is a burden tube is also one. That is burden tube is somewhat it is looks like here like this. This is a burden tube here. If this is some pressure force is applied here, definitely there is a displacement. Displacement of this burden tube will take place. That displacement of the burden tube is calibrated to the pressure here now by taking some the calibrated gauges. So in case of the analog, in case of the digital, we are converting that the deviation or displacement into voltage, then it is converted into digitization in case of the mechanical gauges here now. So this is about the mechanical, the measurement of the pressures. We can know in any machines where that pressure has to that measure, the mechanical that gauges are fixed like this here now. This is the mechanical gauges that are fixed here now. So and the pipe here. So when the fluid is flowing, this the probe is there. This probe will senses that what is the pressure in that point. Accordingly, this gauge will be shown in this dial. How much that the pressure is there, it will shows here now. So this one we can see in case of that filling of the air to the tubes of tires. So in that the tubes of the tire, the air pressure should be at a certain range, it should be there. So we need to check that one now. Then you might have seen that one. If we this gauges will touch to that the pin or pin of that tube, then definitely it will show certain kilopascal kg of that pressure it will shows. That means so that is nothing but that is the mechanical gauges. By that we are measuring the air pressure inside the tube here now. Likewise, many applications are there, that means mechanical gauges. There we are measuring the pressure. So next one, the manometry. So manometry, it has it is also worked on the same principle, that is a hydrostatic law here. So now we will manometry will study in somewhat in detail here now. So manometry, how it is there here, see here. Manometry here. Manometry means here there are types of manometers are there here. So how these are the types of that manometers are there here now. Manometers, these are classified mainly into two types here now. So mainly it is the simple manometer here. One classification is the simple manometer, and another one is a differential manometer here. Differential manometer here now. In the simple manometer, again we can classify based on that design of that manometer here now. Some we will see here. So that is in that one of piezometer. Piezometer, it is a very simple that manometer here. And next one is a U-tube manometer here now. U-tube manometer it is there. In that U-tube manometer itself, in the U-tube that manometer itself, so inclined and vertical also we can take here now. So some other way of classification is there, inclined and another one is vertical here, vertical manometers. And also another one U-tube manometers, again we can also that classify, that is the gauge pressure manometer, and another one is that one we can call it as a vacuum pressure that manometer, how it is there. We can classify in many ways how we are measuring the pressure, how it is designed. Based on that we can classify here now. In the differential that manometers here, so in this differential manometer there are two types are there here now. One is it is a inverted manometer, manometer. Another one is not inverted manometer here now. So these are the types of that manometers usually what we are studying here now. So now we will see one by one how these manometers are there here now. First one, piezometer I will take here now. So just piezometer, in this piezometer here. Piezometer is the very simple manometer, this one. Very simple that manometer here. How this piezometer will work? Again it is worked, all the manometers are working on the principle hydrostatic law. Right. So that is P is equal to rho G H here now. So now, so in this tube, here it is the tube is there. This is the one tube. In that fluid is flowing. Like for example, that some certain fluid is there. This fluid is having some properties like density it has. That is common here, no? So next one, at this point, if you want to measure the pressure at point A at the center, if you want to measure the pressure, then piezometer is what? It is nothing but at right angle one tube, right angled that one tube. If I connect it like this here now, so what happens? Same pipe fluid. Pipe fluid means the fluid which is moving in a pipe. That is it is called as a pipe fluid here now. This pipe fluid, it will move into this the right angled that tube, and somewhere it will touches here now. It will comes at a certain level and it will stop. When it will stop here, it will comes under a stable condition here. Then we will measure here now. This is the central axis of this one. So this is a height that how much height it is taken from that axis here now. This is a reference axis here now. So now pressure at this point PA is equal to rho of what here? Rho of that in this is a manometer here, piezometer here. In this piezometer, what that fluid is there? This the pipe fluid itself, it is there in the piezometer. So rho of that pipe fluid into G here into H here, this height. So then it will gives the pressure at the point A here now. This is called as the piezometer here now. So after that piezometer, so another one very important type of the manometer we are studying, that is called as the U-tube manometer here. U-tube manometer. It is widely, this kind of that manometers are widely used in many applications here now. So what I will do, this U-tube manometer we will see in the next video lecture here now. Thank you very much.